There was no brother this time.
No brothers. No brothers, no sisters. Just one love.
Just one love. I don't know the rest of that song. I don't know the rest of the song.
Love.
The lyrics have left
get
me.
Together and
feel alright.
It's such a nice song, you know.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I was looking at my iPod and I was just like, why don't I have more Bob Marley on here?
You need a bit more reggaeton in your life.
Reggaeton?
Yeah, a nice bit of relaxing reggae music. It's really good.
Reggaeton?
Yeah, Trojan Records. You know, you can get normal songs that are reggaeton remixes and they're just slowed down and chilled out, you know.
What, like Korn?
Yeah, I bet there was one that exists. There's like
Korn reggaeton.
There's like a Snoop Dogg reggaeton remix, like it's really chilled out and beaty.
Drop it like... I think Snoop Dogg's pretty chilled out.
Yeah,
he's
he's already chilled out. He's a lion now, you know.
Drop it like it's hot.
Got my Romeo and Dawn, and I'm pouring Sean.
I did have fun with my old iTunes when Snoop Dogg said he was changing his name. I was changing all of his songs to Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion, yeah. Well, I love that he did it. He's like a real life troll now. Snoop. He's like, you don't give a shit.
Exactly, he could do whatever he likes now.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't remember a time where he was at his heights. But I feel like he's always been at his height.
Yeah, like
he's always just been there.
He's literally become like the Uncle Phil of music. Like no one can say anything bad about him. He's just always got respect, you know.
Yeah. R.I.P. James Avery.
Oh yeah, Shredder.
James Avery would have made a good president. I said president. He would have been a good president as well. But a good president.
I think the role of president will make you hate anyone. So I prefer that he remains as James Avery, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he would have made a great overlord.
He would have. He was a fine patriarch of the Banks family. He could have been a fine leader.
Yeah.
But that is not how some Americans, less than half Americans, decided.
Well,
anyway, moving on.
That's a screwed up story for another day.
Yeah, I used to wish he would show the world his idiocy. I mean, he already has started to do so, but just to prove that you made a mistake. But then I realised that more than half of Americans didn't want him in the seat. So let's hope for the best, expect the worst.
You do want something bad to happen, just so you can say "I told you so" or something like that.
Something bad has already happened. Do you not know what happened?
Yeah. He's signed this whole abort. What is it? It's the Mexico City.
They won't fund. Any corporations that even mention abortion.
It's because it's been reinstated a couple of times under Reagan and
but when was Reagan president exactly?
Exactly. No.
Times
and then
changed.
George Bush reinstated it. Every time there was a Liberal president, I think Clinton and Obama, they kind of abolished it, and then it's been reinstated again. I just hope it doesn't go any further.
Because I guess Clinton and Obama actually cared about people's rights.
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying that they care about the rights of the unborn babies because they're living creatures. Okay, so where does it end? I mean, are they going to stop people eating meat in America? Are they going to stop eating vegetables? Because vegetables were alive at some point. I mean, they're walking around killing animals and, stepping on ants.
Don't be one of those people.
No, but where will it end? No, but I love that. It's men that made the decision. I'm not telling them that they have to abort their kids. I mean, they don't have to.
It reminds me of that jump that someone made when there are people that identify as being a woman or gender fluid or something. So there was one guy who his point was, well, what if I want to identify as a kid, and that way I won't be a paedophile. I'll just say I identify as a kid. It's like don't do that, mate.
I also don't believe in that because that's just silly.
It's such a jump.
No, but it's not a jump. I mean, it is the same thing.
Anyway. Creepypastas.
Actually, you know what? Animals do more.
Yeah. It was yes. So I wanted to get back to the creepypastas.
What did we get then in the intro music?
Oh yeah, go on. Hey.
Welcome to the Dorks Deduction Podcast, where we talk about stuff.
What was that?
That's the intro, yay, before the music.
I didn't realise we had an intro, yay!
I've included it. I made an executive decision in
Since
the
when
office.
do you make executive decisions?
Oh, in the offices all the time, you know.
I will make the executive decision to mute your ass.
We have them every week, you know. It's just me, of course, but
Yeah, I cut it
in
all
front
out.
of a board of chairs. But we make these decisions, and secretly we enact them, you know. But yeah, we decided to come back to some creepypastas, but it's going to be a bit different. You know, it's not a normal creepypasta that actually thinks it's good. It's called a troll pasta, which is basically a shit pasta. It knows it's bad. In fact, it's trying to play on those tropes. It is bad. Bless you.
Thank you.
No worries. But it knows it's bad. But I'm going to start on you. You haven't heard of it, I don't think, have you? The Curse of the Overcooked Steak.
I only hear about the pastas you feed me.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Yeah. A creepy pasta with steak. This is going to be delicious. But I'm going to start you straight off and, you know, feel ready to interject at any point. You've got your copy here, you know.
Yeah, I've got my printout.
Your printout, yeah. A special executive printout.
Yeah, that my intern gave me.
Yeah, so...
I wish we had intern. You know what, guys? If anyone wants to intern for us, like, let us know. Because that'll be less work for me to do. I don't have to do the social media stuff.
Don't make it too open of an offer. But anyway...
have them spouting, like, you know, Nazi...
yeah, this show needs more fascism. Come on. But anyway... on to more brighter things. This is our escapism, you know. This is called The Curse of the Overcooked Steak. And just bear in mind, you know, it's a silly one. There's a special guest in there somewhere. You'll probably hear him for it straight away. But I'll start now.
No, in this story, there's a special guest.
There is a special... There's a cameo.
Is this writer, is the author a fan of our show?
No.
Because, you know, we always have brilliant special guests.
The actual person who writes this includes this celebrity in their writing, but it's not someone we actually have on the show, unfortunately.
Yeah, but we have loads of great celebrities on the show.
Oh yeah, the celebrities we get are way more famous than
Like,
this guy.
remember that time? Didn't we have Trump on once?
Yeah, and we had The Rock as well.
We had Chris Hemsworth on once. We
That
had
was a
Daniel
good one.
Day-Lewis on.
Yeah, we've had quite a few fair people. Daniel Day-Lewis is a dick, by the way.
I just think you're overreacting because he tried eating you.
He ate himself.
He ate himself and then he tried eating you.
Yes, and it wasn't the
He
good
went
kind.
for himself first rather than going straight for you, Chris. Just
Yeah.
think about it that way.
I still stand by the fact that he's a bit of a dick for doing it.
Yeah. That is actually why we've been away for a few weeks, is because, you know, Chris lost his leg.
Yeah, well, secretly it wasn't actually my leg that got lost. I
It was something else.
just took Matt's old one and kind of had it in place. He couldn't see, it was dark. But I'll start on this story and get it underway.
Well, we should have killed Matt off at some point. I mean, we're keeping him alive. I mean, sorry, listeners, he's actually dead.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. And so, fortunately, for any of the Matt fans out there, he's dead. I mean, he might come back as a ghost, like, you know, when his, I don't know, the money that dead people get kicks in and he buys another laptop.
But that's what we believe at the moment, yeah.
Yeah,
So
a laptop in hell. He'll own a laptop in hell.
his existence is solely linked to money. So the richer his estate becomes, the more he'll fade back into existence.
Yeah, so pay us.
Yeah. Right, let me get on this. So, The Curse of the Overcooked Steak. The story you're about to read is 100% legit. I said so because I said so. Fuck you.
Maybe my brother wrote this.
Maybe. My name is None Your Business.
No, it's none your business.
None your business. I am just your average 0.1023902420212-year-old school girl who is obsessed with Hell's Kitchen. My only goal in life is to make it on Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, she definitely meant to write none your business.
None your business. To achieve this goal, I have prayed to the almighty God known as Gordon Ramsay every night.
That Hell's Kitchen.
Hoping that he will one day hear my pleas.
This is such a British troll pastor.
Everyone at my high school has called me crazy ass bitch because of it. Oh dear. But I don't care. I know that Gordon will come to me soon, and then I'll prove them all wrong. One night I was sitting in my room, praying to my Lord and Saviour as usual. when all of a
I
sudden...
hope Gordon Ramsay does not read this.
and all of a
I
sudden...
think he's already got a bit of an ego.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All of a sudden, my sister barged into my room with a pissed-off look on her face. Nanya, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I heard her yell at me. Go away, can't you see I'm trying to concentrate? Concentrate on what? Being absolutely delusional? I gritted my teeth in frustration. I am not delusional, you asshat. I then proceeded to throw my rubber dildo at her face. I probably shouldn't have done that because that just made her even more pissed off than before.
I'm sorry, please tell me this was washed.
I've no idea.
And she's in high school. How young is she supposed to be? She shouldn't have that. You're not allowed to buy that stuff or even walk into those shops until you're 18.
Some people get held back, don't they?
I'm sorry, more research should have been put in this.
I think the research is great. It's 100% accurate.
Yeah, because all high school kids want to idolise Gordon Ramsay.
You didn't. I did. I watched him. I'm
more of a Jamie Oliver type person.
I sat there with my dildo in hand every night, waiting for him to come onto the TV. I watched in horror as she walked over to my Hell's Kitchen DVD collection and stepped all over them with her Bigfoot feet. My heart sank all the way to my arse, and I cried tears. It took me approximately 69 years to get the full set of that glorious television show, and now all that hard work has been wasted.
69.
69s. It's time for you to get a reality check, she stated, as she grabbed my arm and dragged me towards the door. However, she let go of me when she noticed I had begun to glow a bright gold. I felt my soul within me resonate a powerful desire for Hell's Kitchen. It was then I felt the presence of Gordon Ramsay behind me. No, I think it's time for you to get a reality check, the almighty Gordon proclaimed. My sister gasped. I should have done an accent for that. A shocked gasp and got killed by the shock. Damn it, Gordon. You didn't have to scare my sister like that, I scolded him. Oops, sorry, fam, he apologised.
This is so British. Why are they calling school high school?
I know. Holy shit, he had finally come to me. I was internally screaming inside.
I'm sorry, can I just interject quickly? If your idol were to appear in your room, and it doesn't matter if he's just scared your sister to death, would you really say first words you say to him, would they really be, damn it, Gordon, you didn't have to scare my sister like that?
Yeah, I think
if she idolises him as much as she's saying she does, we're doing a proper in-depth character analysis here, would she really say that?
I think because she's so used to seeing him around, she just treated him like he was part of the family at first, and then realised... No,
you wouldn't do that.
Hang on,
she would freak.
This isn't normal.
Okay, come on, you, Mary Elizabeth Weinstein. Why is it so hard for me to say that name?
Winstead.
Yeah, pretty brunette.
Mm-hmm.
You and pretty brunette in a room together. What are you going to do?
Well, I would say hi. What you're doing here. I wouldn't be flabbergasted like, oh my God, if she killed my family, I would still have to say, oh, you didn't have to do that. But then after I'd be like, oh, this is interesting. Alas...
Oops, sorry, fam.
Alas, that internal screaming ended when I took a moment to analyse Gordon Ramsay's appearance.
Wait a minute. She's clearly British,
mm-hmm.
But she went to high school and she spells analyse with a Z.
I think this is written by an American.
But she said, oops, sorry, fam.
Oh, yeah, but that might be someone doing an imitation of British slang. Come on. They say
I really do think one day I'm going to ask you to give this to me further in advance so I can print it out and write notes.
They say fam in America as well.
Do they?
Yeah. Write that down.
Do they really, listeners? Do they say fam in America? And if you do, please stop.
I've spoken to someone who actually says it, yeah.
I say it ironically with people.
Some people just say it.
Oh, mate. Fam. Continue, blood.
For some reason, he was wearing a Peter Pan outfit. To be honest, he looked fucking stupid wearing it, but I didn't care. He is my Lord and Saviour after all.
Oh, fucking hell.
So you heard my pleads, right? I asked my God. Well, duh, dumbass. Why else would I be here right now? My heart was going doki-doki, even though it was stuck inside of my ass.
Oh, that's a good callback.
Now
Throwback, not callback.
Now come with me. We have some business to attend to. He grabbed my arm, which caused me to have a Vietnam flashback that Jinx would be proud of.
Okay, so she's 0.whatever years old in high school. Took her 69 years to collect the Hell's Kitchen DVD collection, and she's having flashbacks to Vietnam. And we still don't actually know where she's from, Britain or America.
I think you're misunderstanding the point of her shit pasta.
Yeah.
Gordon quickly released it and instead took hold of my leg. We flew out the window and towards the set of Hell's Kitchen. When we were at the set, my heart was at maximum percentage of Doki Doki. Just in case anyone's asking.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's Doki Doki?
I think it's supposed to be a Japanese cultural thing. It's like the sound your heart makes when it's palpitating. I think that's what it means, but it makes sense in that sense. At long last, my dream had come true. I looked around my surroundings and saw a bunch of contestants standing in the far end corner. They looked like a bunch of filthy casuals. I strolled my way to them and stood in front of them with my hands on my love handles. I was ready for the task that the almighty Gordon Ramsay was about to bestow on me. Gordon came to us while carrying a podium and slammed that son of a bitch to the ground. He then adjusted the mic so that it was about 0.1023902420212 inches away from his greasy chapped lips, which was spoopy because that number is the same number as my age. He began to speak. Oh, this is just ripping on all those different little tropes that you get in these shit pastas. Lel, hi guys, welcome to Hell's Kitchen. It's me, Gordon Ramsay, and this ain't no ordinary Hell's Kitchen. It's a special kind of Hell's Kitchen. I didn't think my heart could go past maximum amount of doki dokiness, but I was proven wrong. I was not only on Hell's Kitchen, I was on the special edition of Hell's Kitchen. Fuck yeah! Okay, so like, you guys are going to be cooking some steak today, but not just any kind of steak. You see, I've decided to take the name of my show literally and retrieved steak from the very depths of hell itself. Everyone in the room gasped an almighty gasp. Kay, you can cook it now, but whatever you do, don't overcook it. Kay, thanks, bye. He then disappeared into thin air. I ran to the steak and picked it up MLG style, then went over to the stove and shoved the damn thing inside of it. It was at that moment when I suddenly thought, I wonder what would happen if I overcooked the steak. I thoughted. I turned up the heat and waited for the steak to be overcooked. Little did I know...
Wouldn't it get really tough and chewy?
Exactly. Little did I know this would be the worst mistake I will ever commit. When the steak was overdone cooking, I took it out and waited even longer.
When the steak was done overcooking, like, is there any limit to it to be done overcooking?
Exactly.
Other than burnt to a crisp. But even then, I guess that could be constituted as overcooking.
Exactly. Like, it's so purposely written like this. It's I love this sort of stuff. I took it out and waited even longer for Gordon Ramsay to come back. Gordon Ramsay returned at last and took a long, hard look at the steak. Okay, which one of you bloody twats overcooked the steak? I felt guilty for what I had done, but I couldn't lie to my Lord and Saviour, so I told him the truth. I'm sorry, my lord, I let curiosity get the best of me. Gordon stood up there for about 1,337.420 nanoseconds until he finally screamed, Do you realise what you've just done? You have doomed us all. I was confused for a moment until I looked at the steak. Oh shit. The steak was bleeding red blood, and it looked extremely hyper-realistic. The dark red anal aura formed around the steak, and a face began to form on it. It was the face of Satan. Mwahaha! You fools, you have allowed me to gain access to the mortal world, and now I shall curse you all. Mwahaha! Satan struck Gordon Ramsay first with the curse, and Gordon Ramsay fell over onto the floor, slowly dying. I ran to my god's aid, and he was coughing up immense amounts of hyper-realistic blood. His eyes wearily locked with mine. At first he couldn't make out words, but then after a while he choked. When When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequence? Gordon was now dead. I stared down in disbelief at my Lord and Saviour's corpse, not noticing that I was crying tears that I had never cried before. I looked at Satan angrily with angry anger. You, I began. Mwahaha, Gordon is now dead. Time for you to die too, mwahaha. I felt I'm really getting the feel of these mwahahas. I felt my soul resonate again, but this time I felt extreme edginess within me. There was a presence behind me. I looked behind me. Are you fucking serious? Shadow the Hedgehog. Don't worry, my edgelord in training. I shall help you avenge your fallen comrade. I gave him a firm nod, and we both pulled out the infinite amount of knives and flung them at Satan. Little did we know we were about to get wrecked. Satan fucking eradicated our arses with steak grease, and we were transported to another dimension. Okay, this is where it's just like, it was already in the realm of just idiocy, yeah.
Lunacy.
And this is just like, it's going all out with it doesn't give a shit at all, as you can. If you thought to this point that it was a serious creepypasta, then you only have yourself to blame. Let's have a look. Okay, it's nearly over though. I woke up later in a strange, dark room. My asshole hurt like hell, but at least my heart was back in my chest. Cool back. I noticed that I was sitting on something, so I got up and took a look at it. It was Shadow, but he was Kill.
He was Kill. Jesus Christ.
I took a minute pressing Z to pay my respects. After I had finished, I tried to think of a way to get out of the dark room. But then I heard voices speaking in my head. No hope. Suffer, suffer. You are nothing. I started crying tears uncontrollably. When the wolf started oozing blood, I went into the fetal position. This went on for what had seemed like hours until I heard a very loud poof sound. I got out of the fetal position and noticed that there was a door right in front of me. I quickly got up and opened it, quickly regretting my choice. Inside, there were skeleton penises floating everywhere. The skeleton penises...
Wait, what? Can we just stop? Okay, I know they call it a boner, but there's no actual bones?
No, I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. It's such a...
There would be... There's no such thing as a skeletal penis.
I fucking knew you were going to say that. That's such a high school girl question to say, like...
There's no such thing as, like... I mean, I've never cut one open, obviously, but, like, I'm pretty certain. I don't have one, but I'm pretty certain.
You know what? Yes, there are bones in there.
There's no there isn't.
There's about 12 put together.
I know I posed it as a question, but I know there isn't.
Yep, there is. It retracts up into the body. And
what, like your...
Yep, the whole thing, the bone itself in question just retracts. It's that's how it fits in. And then it just comes out whenever it feels like there's no room. After a good meal, that's a boner. They're actually called bone boners. Inside, there were skeleton penises floating everywhere. The skeleton penises noticed me. They noticed her and started shooting hyper-realistic jizz all over the place. I slowly closed the door and snapped my neck, thus killing myself. The fuck? However, I wasn't truly dead, for I awoke a couple of years later out of that dimension and back in my world. Everyone was dead. The earth was severed in 21 pieces. I was in total disbelief. But then I heard a voice call out to me. I recognized that voice somewhere. Satan, it's time to end this. No, Satan, it's time to end this. It was Gordon Ramsay. He wasn't dead after all. But wait, why did he call me Satan? I looked down at my body. My body was an overcooked steak. Oh, fuck. I was Satan the whole time. Gordon, I began, but he cut me off. I shall avenge Nunya. Yeah! Gordon shooted me in the head. I was deathed. I was deathed. But the scariest part about all this is that I actually wasted hours of my life writing this shit. The end.
Okay.
Brilliant. Lovely. 12 out of 10.
Really?
100%. Nah, it's shit. It's shit.
It's not even a good parody.
Oh.
I think there's no subtlety to it whatsoever. It's like the Wayans brothers did this.
You have to appreciate it like a really crap.
I appreciate that they took the time to try and do it, but I think it ended up worse than actual creepypasta.
I'm not even going to say wine. It's something cheaper.
I don't know. They did that. I don't know. They did all those disaster. They're the ones that do all those shit movies.
Who? The Wayans?
The Wayans brothers.
Yeah, but there's people that do worse. At least they're likable people. But they haven't done anything good for a long time. They're better at sketch shows.
Yeah, I guess. I think it's the lesser known way. Well, they're not lesser known. Well, we don't know if they're better at sketch shows because it's only like which one, Damon Wayans and the junior one that does the sketch shows, right? The other ones are more behind the camera.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that in terms of Wayans, you could even say Scary Movie. There was a film. It was kind of like just a bunch of sketches put together, mocking, scary movies in general. I think they're better at gags, but sometimes the gags fall flat in terms of making a film. And I think they ran out of jokes by number 3. And the thing is, they were involved with the good scary movies. Every other scary movie after 3, there was just those shit writers that did Epic Movie and all that stuff.
Oh, I thought they were the same people.
No, the Wayans brothers left after
The
3.
Wayans brothers did that 50 Shades of Grey parody, didn't they, though?
Yeah. 50 Shades of Black, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that movie itself wasn't bad enough.
Part of me just thinks they just wanted to have a film with that title.
No, part of me just thinks that they wanted a payday.
Yeah, that just comes in hand with it, doesn't it?
I'm trying to scroll through and see if there's any other creepypastas we can try and do. Because that one, to me, it's just... No. I think actual creepypastas are better. Because I don't know what part of it was supposed to be shit and what part of it was just shit.
So you think it went through the Event Horizon?
Yeah.
Past the Event Horizon? I thought it was alright. It was funny. I thought the drama really escalated when the steak got overcooked. That was quite a tough read.
I don't mind the surreal.
And I thought it was really scary when Gordon Ramsay came back, and that was full of drama.
Yeah, that was terrifying, Chris. Absolutely, I pissed myself. My heart went down to my ass.
I couldn't believe that she deathed. Oh, and the skeleton penises, that had me on edge.
There's another creepypasta that just starts with "Go fuck yourself," so that brought attention to me. But I don't actually.
This is serious troll pasta. You've heard of the classic one, haven't you? The Who Is Phone.
Yeah, you told me that in the first episode.
Yeah, that one's amazing. That'll never be topped. It's like the Casablanca of troll pastas.
I opened up the one that says that started with "Go fuck yourself."
You've got to think that some of these are going to take the piss out of troll pasta. Some of these are probably just going to take the piss out of you. For reading it.
Well, the first one, I can't believe we went through the whole thing.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Simpsons reference there.
Okay. Let me start off by saying, go fuck yourself. Just kidding. Oh, man, it just ruined the whole appeal for me. He started with just kidding after go fuck yourself.
Well, you've got to keep the reader hooked, right? it's
but then he lost me just after he got me hooked.
You've got to ask our author friends. This is how you keep them hooked, right?
Hey, you keep calling them authors. Come on now. Just kidding. I was a fan of Need for Speed for a very long time, and my favourite game was Need for Speed Underground 2.
Yeah.
I played the hell out of that game when it was released, and I still do. These new NFS games suck ass, especially the Run, which disappointed me as a failed potential. Okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
Having a high feeling of nostalgia, I decided to download Underground 2 again and relive my experience. I've searched and searched the Google and found nothing. The Google. Then my mum screamed, "Paul, this mail is for you." I shouted back, "Okay, Mom." Americans. I quickly came and opened the mail, and I was greeted by two things. A CD with Paul.exe written over it. A writing.
Oh, shit, son.
a writing. Not even the letter. A writing.
If you know what EXE means, bad news, dude. EXE's like it's always the cursed game or something,
I think that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
The writing read, Chris, the writing read, "Hey, Paul, you know that awesome game you told me about? Well, this is a satanic version of it."
Yes! Yeah, go.
Please, for the love of God, don't try and play this game.
But here you
Don't
go.
do the same mistakes as I
Just
did.
look after
Please,
it for
Paul,
me.
your buddy Frank.
Fuck you, Frank.
I'm sorry, are these like teenagers called Paul and Frank?
Oh my god, I'm so glad they are.
I thought, fuck Frank, I'll play this game no matter what.
Fuck you, Frank.
But to be fair, we're friends, right? If we told each other not to do something, we'd probably go and do it.
Out of spite,
Yeah.
probably.
I put the CD in my computer and there was an installation named Paul.exe with an icon of Underground 2.
Oh my god, your favourite
He's a
game.
lucky sod. He spent all that time looking for it on the Google.
And they just gave him, like, the satanic version.
Yeah.
That's awesome, mate.
Underground 2. How would Frank not play this masterpiece? It's Paul, though.
Oh.
Okay, whatever. I quickly installed it, and the icon was also named Paul.exe. I ran it. I was greeted with that old EA intro. They don't make these anymore, in brackets. And I was thrown straight at the menu. All the options were there except quit. You could just, eject, but okay.
Yeah, and plus, like, quit. Like, that was an option. Doesn't mean, fuck it.
Well, fuck. If I don't want to play anymore, I got to reset my computer.
Oh, shit.
And I hated that. Always. Were you saying something?
No, just, like, they always have, in creepypastas in general, they always have, like, the most basic thing you have to do, they make a big deal out of it. Like, oh my god, it's not there. And I always hated having to turn breathing air. I always hated doing that.
Anyways, I clicked the new game. After 1.5 milliseconds, I was thrown at car menu. There were only 3 cars available. Chris, I think you're going to love this bit. Hyper-realistic Nissan 3500Z. Hyper-realistic Audi. Hyper-realistic Nissan 370Z. I chose hyper-realistic Nissan 370Z.
Oh, man.
Everything was hyper-realistic. Hyper-realistic doors, hyper-realistic hood, hyper-realistic tyres. Everything. I was soon thrown at the race with a guy named Paul. He had the same hyper-realistic car like me. The first thing I noticed in this map were hyper-realistic audience cheering and also hyper-realistic women.
No. That's what we're talking about. That's what I want.
No, I'm just laughing at the next line I've got coming up. Anyways, back to the race. In about 5.91929123892 seconds after start, a ghost of Patrick Swayze appeared for about 1.22312132131 milliseconds.
Oh my God.
Jumped out immediately. That's what I laughed at.
Oh my god.
Soon, I continued the race.
That just keeps going.
Oh, it's not over yet. Soon, I continued the race. I was gaining up on that pool guy when suddenly he used hyper-realistic nitro and he took advantage of me again. Too early, I thought, and also used hyper-realistic nitro. I was gaining up again. I surpassed him and won! Hyper-realistic people were cheering my name. And there were Britney Spears, Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Jennifer Lopez. Wait, hold on a second. Joseph Gordon-Levitt hangs around with those 3.
Oh my god.
The game has been fine for now. What the fuck was Frank talking about? I decided to run another race, and that's when things started to get weird. No, that's when things start to get weird. I ain't talking about chicken and gravy, biatch. I'm talking about some guy named Paul. He had hyper-realistic blood coming out of his hyper-realistic eyes and his hyper-realistic mouth. I was scared. Paul appeared in front of my car, a fucking slender man, and said, I am Paul.
Oh my god.
I was starting to laugh like hell after that. Oh, come on. You're Paul? No, you're some dipshit. The screen cut to black and Bruce Campbell appeared and said, groovy. Before turning around to me. Who is this guy? Does he understand me? I was scared. In brackets, yeah, right. And Paul appeared back on screen. He was trying to say something, but I saw that he was confused about something else. I turned around and saw Ice Cube, 50 Cent, and Eminem.
It just keeps on doing it. It keeps on providing it.
Excuse me, I'm trying to scare this guy, said Paul. Ice Cube then said, "Get the fuck out of here before I scare you." I tried doing the accent and
I
turned British.
I could tell the little stench, like, you tried so hard there.
Paul was so scared
so happy.
Get the fuck out of here! I turn so high pitched when I'm trying to be American. Paul was so scared that he turned into a chicken. I started laughing again. That poor chicken was so hyper realistic.
Oh my god!
Ice Cube is so awesome. Paul then screamed, "Curse you, Ice Cube!" My mum then screamed, "Paul, time to sleepy, sleepy."
What the fuck is
sleepy,
this?
Sleepy, sleepy. That's the scary thing, that mum. I returned, "Right away, mum." And he's a mama's boy. And I got off to sleep. The next day, I started the Paul.exe again, and I was greeted by Paul. He had that unforgettable hyper-realistic smile and hyper-realistic face, all accompanied by hyper-realistic clothes and hyper-realistic body.
Oh my god.
He then turned very antagonistic and demanded me to race him again. I chose my car and we raced. It was a drag race. Thank God that I'm master at this. And with my skill, I beat Paul. Paul then said, "I'm Paul." Right then I realised that this is a complete waste of time. I became very mad at Paul. Fuck you, Paul. Just fuck you, fuck you, fuck your life and fuck everything that's associated with you. He's a very rude individual, isn't he? Oh my God. That bloody Paul. Paul was very sad that he didn't succeed at scaring me and disappeared. Right then, for about 1,2,2,2,1,2,1,2 milliseconds, I heard a whispering. "This is not everything from me, Paul." I turned back to see a figure of Paul with blood from red felt pen.
What?
This is good for selling. I sold him and got about 209, 2 million something, 29 and loads of $0. Because I don't know how much that is and my eyes are fuzzy by looking at those zeros. Oh, what would I do with all that money? It's spelled MONEEHH. Money. But this is not the end. Eventually another letter came up. It's Frank again, and he was saying that he was just kidding. Just fucking kidding. I already knew that, arsehole. But I didn't care. I've gone to watch some Avatar, The Last Chairbender.
Oh my god.
See ya. Really? You really thought I have common sense? I've been trying to turn on that game, but it always crashed. So, yeah. I've now really gone to watch Chairbenders. See ya.
Oh, it's just, like, I understand that they're meant to be bad, but I got it from your perspective now, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of cringy how they try too hard sometimes. Or they lose the plot and they just don't give a shit, or...
Yeah.
Damn. Well, those are shit pastas. You know, you can get some good ones, but every now and then you get a Wayans brother one. You know, that's how it is.
I have a very odd relationship with parodies. Like, if it's done well and subtly...
It has to have its own sort of content that's worth reading. Like, it's all fair to parody something, but it has to be worthwhile reading as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, but with those parodies, it's basically they've just basically copied original creepypasta and just added more words. Whereas, like, a proper parody, it takes certain elements of it and makes it its own thing.
You've got to understand that it's also a case of most parodies you see in multimedia, they're done by professionals or someone who knows what they're doing. This is just anyone on the internet can pick up, of any age, can pick up a web access and just make their own creepypastas and just hope for the best that it's going to be a good one. And you know what? There's a lot of shit posters that'll rate them up just because they're parodying this stuff. So you can't tell which ones are the good ones, which ones are shit. You just have to pick and pick your nose and flick it, as they would say.
Yeah. You seem to really like your creepypastas. I think more often than not, I've disliked them.
Well, yeah. I don't like them for their content. They're not artworks or anything like that. They're stupid. But
Yeah, it just makes me upset about, the youth of today.
Well, the funny thing is, there are good ones out there, and they don't have to be. Most of the time they're cliched as fuck. And come on, like there's rarely a good one, but it's nice to put them on when you're drawing or something like that, or just in the background, because it's interesting to hear these different ideas, even though most of them are going to have the same type of monster or the same type of twist. But every now and then you do get one that's actually well written, like someone has actually sat down who has thought it out and actually written out something that's actually kind of provoking. Most of the time, though, it's absolute bollocks. And that can still have some worth in listening to it,
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I was about to say I wouldn't want to waste my time on it, but how many episodes have we done on Creepypasta? And then I've had to spend hours editing them. So clearly I have spent my time on them.
Yeah, well, you spent your time with some bad ones, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is you that does this to me.
Yeah, well, you asked me. But at the same time, it's a case of, think of it this way, it's a good sort of test for yourself on how not to write a horror or how not to write something. It's a great way of, there's just as much fascination in looking up something like this as there is in something on, wow, this is how you should write. It's a lesson in its own way, I suppose.
So that was how many creepypastas have we done now? Like 1 million?
And one.
Okay, this is the one. I've come up with the title of this, though. I've come up with the title of this.
Oh, yeah?
It's going to be called Creepypasta, : a dish best served cold.
Oh, nice, clever, yeah.
I like my little food puns whenever I'm doing creepypasta episodes.
I think that's the funniest part of the episode, actually.
Is what I decided to name them.
Your food pun. Oh, Tom's food pun.
I'm very punny and I like it.
You're very punny. It's delicious, is what it is.
Yeah, my puns are delicious.
Anyway, I think that wraps it up for this week in that case.
Yeah, I wanted to recover after the first one and find something that was actually funny or actually scary, but I don't think I ever will.
Yeah, sometimes
nothing that scares me.
You go in blind, you never know what you're going to get. But there are moments here and there, bony penises. Skeleton penises, I should say.
Why is it called a boner?
That's a work of genius because it's kind of Lovecraftian. You can't quite picture it.
Wait, did you just compare that piece of shit to Lovecraft?
In the sense that you can't imagine what shouldn't be.
Why do you think they call it a boner? I don't know.
I think there is a scientific word for a reason for it, but
I thought that was just slang.
I think it's because it gets quite hard and it feels like a bone.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I'm going to go watch some nature programs now.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go back to watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. And we'll take these lessons we've learnt tonight and apply them to our own separate medias.
I've learnt nothing other than, maybe...
Lost it.
Maybe I should, stop trying to take some time for myself and pick the next episode rather than saying, Chris, I don't want to research the next episode, so just pick a creepypasta and then we'll do that. And because I'm tired and I've had like 12 hours sleep this past week, so it's hard for me to get out words. So I want you to do the most of the talking.
Oh, wow, yeah. 12 hours sleep, dear. Ooh, that's hard.
Did you not hear how bad... usually I get a bit off with words when I'm talking very fast. But did you not hear how many mistakes I made this whole episode? I had to keep repeating sentences.
Well, honestly, I mean, you're reading shit pasta. It's very hard to determine.
I could have passed it off.
Yeah, exactly.
As
you could
have
just read it as was. No one would be able, any of the wiser. But that's the creepypasta. That's the shit pasta. The troll pasta, if you will. It's meant to be shit. It was shit. And, there are good ones out there, and there are terrible ones as well. So, again, like real creepypasta, they can be cliched as shit. And it's fun to take the piss out of them. Hey.
Yeah. I think I might only leave 2 of the creepypastas we did in here. The third one will go on like an outtakes reel that we never release. Because there's only so much shit we can have in an episode.
Yeah.
And like usually most of that shit is taken up by our talking, generally like our intro and outro chat. Our content was shit. So I need to take some of the shit out so it balances all the shit.
Yeah.
So much shit.
It's bollocks.
It's bollocks. Anyway, I want to just chill now. So I'm going to say goodbye. I mean, do you need help Because I know you've lost the legs. You need help going down the
No,
stairs.
I'm going to sit here for a while and just
Just in the dark.
In the dark. I need some darkness,
Okay.
working all day.
I'll remember to turn off the light, don't worry.
Put the heating on, though.
I'll put the heating on. We can't afford
cold out.
heating, though.
Oh, shit. Well, get me strip a piece of wallpaper off the wall and just put that round me. Yeah, I think it's
The
insulated.
walls are painted. Can't you see?
No, oh, shit.
Did Daniel take your eyes too?
Oh, fuck,
Shit.
mate. I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's probably...
you can't see anything. You
because
didn't
I can't
notice.
see. That's why I didn't notice. I just thought it was dark all the time. Oh, no. Daniel.
Oh my god, am I the only able-bodied person?
Oh,
Actually, I'm not really
Daniel.
able-bodied.
This is going to be an ongoing thing with him. I can just tell,
You know what? I hope we never actually get successful so he can't sue us for slander.
I bet when I get home, he'll wreck all my Hell's Kitchen DVDs as well.
Oh god, Chris.
Yeah.
What if, like, by some shock horror, this show actually is ever successful? How much trouble will we get in because of the amount of people we've insulted?
We're fucked, mate.
Fucked.
And
Absolutely
not just that,
fucked.
if this show got successful, it would be for a day. Because then they'd watch the rest and realise we don't deserve to be successful.
Yeah, they'd watch Savilgate.
Exactly. Savilgate, pedo rings, what was it?
Most of it is your fault.
Yeah,
We just fire you and pretend it's all you.
It's fun to laugh at, isn't it?
If we got successful, that means we got options. So I'd just get rid of you because you're the one that always, brings up the pedos. And then I'd recruit. I don't know, who will I recruit? Like Jason Isaacs or something.
I've got no friends because the fascists, they're going to hate me. The feminists, they're going to hate me. The paedophiles, they're going to hate me. Because we kind of make fun of everyone, and...
we do. We're equal opportunists.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of hope they all see the fun side of it and that we don't really care what we're talking about. We don't know what we're talking about. We're ignorant as fuck.
Immigrants hate us. Brits hate us. Americans hate us.
I've got one leg. You can't stay mad at me that much. So
yeah, I have a friend that's dead with no arms and a friend with no legs. You can't be mad at me either. Because they're my only two friends. Annie's in hell. She's still rotting.
Oh, poor Annie. And poor Matt. He recently just become a resident, I think.
Yeah, but I think he's actually having quite fun.
He's having fun there, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, lucky him.
I mean, because if think about it, right? If you had to pick, right, I'd rather be in hell with the fun people that live life to the fullest and died than up there with the boring people that never did anything.
Well, yeah, you can say I'm going to... I'd love to hang out with the cool people. But here's the thing. If it's hell, you probably ain't going to get to see him. And even if you do, you got a pitchfork up your butt. So
yeah,
it's,
that's also true. But another thing that is true is, there probably isn't a heaven or hell. So, guys need to stop freaking out about this shit.
I'm just saying, I would love to meet JFK and all that and Jimi Hendrix. But there's going to be one point I'm going to say, look, fuck off, Jimmy. Look, I've had enough. I've got to stick up my butt. I just don't care anymore. You're not that great in person, and I just don't give a shit. But yeah, it'd be cool to meet him,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It'll be ironic twist. Hell has to be ironic, so it'll be you get to meet Jimi Hendrix, but he doesn't have a guitar. So,
could you imagine? That would be hell for him.
We have to air guitar together.
But that would be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool. I bet he'd still make music appear just out of talent, talent and will.
Yeah, you'd see his finger action. And you could imagine things.
I'll be like, Jimmy, you got a twiddly finger there. We're in hell already. Why don't we just apply that?
So we're replacing Matt with his finger talk.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
He's Jimi Hendrix's phantom finger is filling in for Matt's absence.
Yeah. All Matt bought was the fingers, apparently.
Don't know how it's going to be done, but it sounds nice.
Anyway, I'm tired, so I'm going to say sayonara.
Sayonara.
Sayonara, mate.
I'll be back.
We shall be back soon. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know what Daniel has planned, but we'll see. So, goodbye from this creepypasta.
Goodbye from me.
And bye from me, mate.